It's almost like we need to take the whole conservative movement and then show them a bunch of trans and gay people and just go, "You're okay. It's no big deal. You're okay. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're gonna get up and run around and have a good time with your friend. You're okay.
Yeah.
You're okay. You're a tough little guy. You're okay."
Exactly.
Please welcome to the stage two top-notch Jewesses, Rachel Bloom and Robby Hoffman. Hi. Why don't we sit here? Why don't you guys go right there? Hi.
How are you? This is nice. Look at that. My picture there. Beautiful. What a good-looking picture that was. I took a good picture. Skin looks great.
Where's Rachel's picture?
That's a good picture, too.
Yeah, that was a COVID picture in my backyard, completely distanced, but I needed some new press photos.
No pandemic can stop the need for an updated headshot.
Yeah, it was very silly because I had a 5-month-old daughter and the world was falling apart. But I was like,
You
but
look
I
great,
need
by
some
the
new
way.
photos.
You look great.
Humble brag.
Yeah,
And
you're
is that
right.
a Zabar's shirt?
Tis definitely is. That used to be.
I'm
yep.
catching the top of
I
the
love
of
that
the
you
letters.
could see even just the top of the Zabar's
Do you see
font.
my autism?
Yes.
I know it's Zabar's already. All I need is a hint.
I don't know if that's
I'm
autism or
perfect.
just being a New York Jew. I feel like
Thank
I would be
you.
able to see that font.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Love it.
Hi.
How are you?
Robby, you're in a brand new series called Dying for Sex.
Yes.
Congratulations.
In addition to Hacks, which is premiering right now, and I'm here with you.
Wow. Thank you.
Big role on Hacks.
Big role on Hacks?
Big role. I think I'm in almost every episode.
Wow.
So was she. You know.
The title is a little bit ironic because they're very talented.
Wait, what's? Oh,
Now,
I love your wedding ring.
oh, thank you. It's an engagement. Yeah, it's my engagement ring there, yeah.
So wait, but you're the boy in the relationship? Because I'm the boy in mine, as everybody
No,
knows.
for sure. Well, that's an interesting question. I think it's really kind of, I think on some questions you would say yes, but in others,
Let
no.
me see the part, and I'll decide right away. I know.
What?
I'll say who's the boy, who's the girl in the relationship.
Okay, we'll just get into some sort of giant metal
Okay.
or glass cube, and you can observe us for a while, and then
Fantastic,
tell us
fantastic.
which gender role you
But
think.
this is very girl moves that you're wearing the ring.
Well, we're both wearing rings.
You know when gay people are really gay? Like, it throws me off. I'm like, but we're, who's the girl, who's the boy? Like, I'm like still like, well, don't actually be gay.
Who's the girl, who's the boy is what a man in a cowboy hat asks you on a plane.
No.
All right.
See,
Now-
for me, I feel like I'm so immersed in I don't know. I have a lot of queer friends, but also queer culture. I said to my husband the other day, I was like, well, I'm the bottom. And I'm just
Exactly.
married to a man. I'm just married to a cis man.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm the bottom.
You're the bottom.
I was like, I'm not a top. And he was like, yeah.
Men are the tops and women are the bottoms.
But I guess there are some, I could be the top. I've never pegged my husband.
There's
is what I'm trying to
always,
say.
we speak.
It's come up as a possibility. I don't currently crave that power dynamic.
Does he?
He does not. He's not, no.
Because I had a boy once, he wanted me to put a plastic bag on my finger and I should put it up him. I don't know, we didn't think a condom something. We were only like, we were of age to think of a condom. I was maybe 21 when this happened.
I hear the prostate is a beautiful experience.
But he brought out like a Ralph's bag. Like a plastic bag.
I've only asked one question, and it's, so I understand you're in a new show.
Yes.
Now,
It's getting fantastic reviews. I'm thrilled about it. Dying for Sex on Hulu and Hacks on HBO Max.
well, the thing about the Dying for Sex is about a woman trying to become sexually liberated while dealing with cancer. And it raised a question, which is, can people have sex when they're tired?
No, but you know what? Me and my wife,
It's not
me and
possible,
my
right?
wife,
It's never been done.
we're so honest with each other. Like we do this thing because I used to think I was very open with sex. I thought I'm open, I'm sexual, but I don't talk. I won't like say, oh, should we hook up tonight? Like I don't speak such things. In a weird way, I'm like, I guess that's what they mean when you're talking about it. I guess I would like, do the moves, like we're in bed, like, but I would never like pitch to her like, oh, we have the night off. Like, do you want to fool around tonight? Now I do that.
Huh.
So I'm like, oh, I'm talking about sex in a way, like it felt like so weird to pitch it unless it happens organically.
That's marriage.
Which it has.
You start talking about it, you start planning for it.
Yeah, so because we like the organic and we also like this because this is kind of exciting too. I'll realize, we're getting off early, pun intended. And I don't know if she has anything going on, but I'm like, maybe I'll make dinner or something. So we do that. And I don't even know what the point of this was, but if we're tired, if she does the pitch to me, if we had sex or whatever, if I'm tired and we haven't had sex, okay, I'm tired 2 minutes, I'll get over it. I'm tired the beginning part and then I don't realize I'm tired.
Yeah.
But if we've just recent and then we say, and she normally goes, me too. I was just checking.
When you say recent, are you talking about like earlier that hour? Or are you saying like within the week?
The last couple days.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rachel, in your book, you talk about worrying about what happens if you masturbate to porn while pregnant in case your fetus is somehow imprinted by the porn you watch.
I forgot that I wrote that, but that was very, very smart. And now that's a worry that I'll have again.
You did put it into the book to kind of get rid of it?
I think I did. I think that's how I deal with a lot of my intrusive thoughts. That's funny. Yeah. Well, now she's 5, so she's not into porn. So I guess that answers my question.
I have a question for you, Rachel.
Please.
So, did you have sex when you were pregnant? As you were horny?
Yes.
You had sex. Okay, so do you consider that a threesome?
That's no.
Is this a conversation people have? I don't have kids. I don't know what people are telling kids.
So my daughter's 5.
Don't you feel not having kids?
Honesty's the best policy.
Yeah,
Don't you feel like not having kids that sometimes you're going to say the wrong thing. You don't know how to address the parents with the kids. Like they're a whole nother universe.
I don't really.
Yeah,
care.
you don't know what's okay, or you don't know what's okay to say. I mean, like I think I'm such an expulsive person. I'm such an overshare. I think with her, I've been mindful. Like she asked, our dog is 15. And, that's just a cute story that our dog's 15 and she's doing great. But she asked, why hasn't Wiley ever had puppies? And I was like, because Wiley can't. And she was like, why? And I started to be like, well, Wiley had her uterus taken out. And my husband was like, no. And he was like, she never wanted to. She was focused on her career. But I was about to explain like spaying to my kid, because the medical stuff, you say to your kid, you use the real terms. I try to use the word vulva, which is the correct term for the entire area. It's not just vagina. But you don't care. So when the whole area to you, it's okay to call that vagina.
Yeah.
But even though it's the vagina is just the one hole. Okay. Anyway.
Hey, question. Influencers are trying to reach uncontacted tribes. Like one in the North Sentinel Island.
Christ. Someone needs to stop them.
On the one hand, experts call it a human rights abuse. But on the other hand, is it?
Yeah, you're going to die. You're going to get killed. They're going to murder you.
Well, that's bad for you.
Everyone just leave everybody alone.
Would you go on somebody's lawn? You get shot up on the block. I don't go on somebody's lawn. I don't do nothing. I walk on the sidewalk, and that's where I am. Never mind some ancient tribe somewhere. You do your thing. Enjoy. I don't even want to know what's going on.
So they're trying to are they landing there? Are they?
Well, so it is illegal to land on these islands.
Perfect.
And when people do land on these islands, they do get killed.
Yeah,
there was a missionary who landed on the island, killed. And the people that dropped them just saw him get killed and then dragged along the beach. And I believe there was some like a Rockefeller or a Carnegie or something also disappeared in that way, went to one of these islands or went to one of these tribes and dead. That's a rough part of it, and it's illegal. But then it's like, but then it's like,
There's nothing in this. It's like it's like hookah.
I just didn't even
There's
notice you had
nothing in
something.
this.
So to me, it looked like
By
you
the way,
just
there's nothing
breathed
in
fire.
this. No, I know.
Like it looked like you spontaneously.
Kiwi lime. It's fantastic. Kiwi lime.
Robbie, you got married earlier this year.
So are they landing there? Or the influencers? What are they doing?
Well,
Are they
the
dropping
influencer-
leaflets?
The influencer had a GoPro and was trying to get content, but then seems to have left without having gotten any content, but left behind a Diet Coke and a coconut. I don't really know why. I don't think he's like crushing it.
Is it a human rights abuse to leave behind a Diet Coke and a
It's
coconut?
a human rights abuse to contact these tribes because A, there's the possibility of disease, and then B, they are undisturbed. They are isolated tribes. They have not had contact with the rest of civilization, and so it is like to the experts that care about this, it is that the encroachment on their tribes and on their kind of autonomy would be eradicating. It would be genocidal. Like you have to leave these
Here's
tribes
the thing.
where
There's
they
no
are.
such thing as rules. We made these all up. Okay, so rights, like you're speaking of them, like is it a human rights? Like sure, there's morality that but yeah, humans can basically do whatever they want for the time that they're here. There's not really anything. I mean, we have no idea. Like humans, there's nothing stopping anybody from doing anything. Look what's going on in this country. So. Yeah, I mean, it sucks that they would do that. I wouldn't do that to other people, but if other people did it to them, I'd be like, humans can basically do, if you wanted to kill somebody, you could right now. You'd get in trouble. Like you have to face consequences because we have a society set up, but you could do it. It's like when comedians get mad that they can't talk about anything anymore. You hear about the Chappelle, where he's transphobic. Well, you can't say anything anymore. Bro, you could say whatever you want, but there's going to be consequence. Like you could be transphobic, you could do whatever you want. Some people might be mad at that. That's what that is. Nobody's saying nobody can't do nothing. You can kill as many people. You can do whatever you want.
Well, no, I think that's.
But there might be.
There
might be consequences.
I think
it
that's
doesn't
not
mean you
right.
cannot
I think
do it.
I
do
looked
whatever
over.
the
I'm
fuck
really
you wanna
glad
do.
the child has left.
Yeah, no.
Was there a child here?
Yeah, he's gone. I saw him leave. It was a good moment.
I'm
I
really-
saw my father take my nephew out.
Okay, that's good.
It's because of me?
I think it was at some point where you were doing this. Several different versions.
With
There was
Ralph's-
this.
a Ralph's
there was
bag.
this. There was
Okay.
this. There was
Okay.
this.
You know what?
And then he was gone.
She's saying vulva to a 5-year-old.
Well, I mean, yeah, no,
And it's
for
me.
sure.
I'm using protection or else bag.
How many? All right, let's take a vote. Who is more responsible for my nephew having to leave? Is
I
it
like this.
Rachel?
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Actually,
Or was
Scissor
it-
me.
That's very-
Scissor me. Thank you.
Or was it
an
Robbie?
ally.
Wow.
Whatever.
Pretty tough. And here's the thing. Do you think I'm going to hear about this later? What do we think?
Here's the whole thing. You invite people that know me. Come on.
I don't think they know you.
No, but I'm saying this
They're from
is a
upstate New
grown-up
York.
comedy show. This
But
is what
they're-
people are doing with kids. And then I'm in trouble.
Well, it's
I'm
my
at a comedy
nephew.
club. I'm at a comedy club.
No one's getting you in trouble. No one's. Oh, to be clear,
Stephanie,
you're doing your job.
I'm sorry. Mom and I took a picture backstage. Are you mad at me? I used a bag. It's safety. Do you understand? It's actually better. It's actually better. One day you'll all thank me. I promise you this. Your kids are asking you.
The show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Therapy can feel like a big investment, but the state of your mind is just as important as your physical health. Let's talk numbers. Traditional in-person therapy can cost anywhere from $100 to $250 per session, which adds up fast. But with BetterHelp Online Therapy, you can save on average up to 50% per session. With BetterHelp, you pay a flat fee for weekly sessions, saving you big on cost and time. Therapy should feel accessible, not like a luxury. With online therapy, you can get quality care at a price that makes sense and can help you with anything from anxiety to everyday stress. Your mental health is worth it, and now it's within reach. I've benefited from therapy. John, you've benefited from therapy.
Sure have. Sure am.
You can learn positive coping skills. I gotta get a therapy session back on the books. I know I'm not doing
Book it.
I'm not doing what a weekday anymore. My therapy slot's back open.
There you go.
My therapist texted me. I gotta
She
text her
say-
back.
She said, I noticed there's no more what a week. Why don't you come in?
Well, my therapist was like, "You got engaged?"
I was like, yeah, I'm doing great. I don't need
Do you want to
therapy
talk
anymore.
about it?
I do, actually. Anyway, therapy empowers you to be the best version of yourself. It's not just for those who've experienced major trauma. Everybody could benefit from it. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. It's convenient, too. You can join sessions with the click of a button, helping you to fit therapy into your busy life, plus switch therapists at any time. Your well-being is worth it. Visit BetterHelp.com/loveit to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/loveit.
So, Robbie, you got married early this year. Rachel, we were talking about this backstage. You've been married for 17 years.
I've been with my husband for 17. I've been married for 10.
Wow.
Tips? Any tips?
Yeah, any tips?
Just communicate. I think most of it is luck. I just met the right person at the right time. But also, we just communicate really openly. Like all of the kind of sitcom-y things of like, don't tell my wife that I'm going out drinking. It's like, well, you're an alcoholic and she's worried about you. We communicate. We just are open with each other and we communicate really well and we respect each other and we make the subtext text the best that we can. And you have to keep having sex. That's also very important.
Yeah.
And how long have you been married?
I've been married for 3 months.
Any tips?
Yeah, I agree. I got lucky type of thing. I mean, I love the hang. I used to keep like girlfriends separate from, like I would go out or be with my friends, but I love to hang out with Gabby as well. So now it feels like I get to be like high school girls that touch each other. And the whole thing's very erotic and it's fantastic and we're best friends. But we also touch each other.
Yeah, same.
But you know what? We're best friends who fool around and she's also my baby and I'm her baby and we don't want kids and we just get to be everything for each other. It's really been a great few years with her.
And you got married in Vegas.
We did.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, we were evacuated for the fires, and by day 3 or 4 there, she was saying, first of all, they hooked us up with a free room, because at first we couldn't find a room. We were supposed to be evacuated. We had to go to, I was looking Palm Springs or Joshua Tree, whatever's close by, they told us to call. And we couldn't hear back from the hotels if there's a room. I said, babe, you know where they have rooms? No problem, 24/7, Vegas. An hour and a half more, we go there. She had a hookup. We get into the room, Resorts World, shout out, never heard of them. And then, and we had like, it reminded me of Hacks actually. It was like a wedding suite. And she was like, should we get married? I'm like, oh, the fire's talking. She's, she has because I don't want her to get too emotional, because I've been saying it since I met her, but I don't like when it comes from her. I'm like, oh, she's getting some things, it's not. And then by day 3, she was like, I am going to Neiman Marcus and buying a dress. And I'm like, okay, I got to go to Cartier. And we just had the greatest wedding. Like, we can't recommend it enough. And you know what? Should I tell you a secret?
Yes.
I actually can't believe I'm really doing this by the time this comes out. So we're actually legally getting married tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah. We found out that our Vegas wedding, we're married in Nevada, which no shade to Nevada. I love the state, great state of Nevada. Well, we don't live there.
Does
so
that
we're
not
doing
count
it
on
here.
a federal level?
No, there's like 5 states where it does not count. And Nevada is one of them. That's why so many people like get married in Nevada, because it's like you could technically just be married there if you know. It's like an easier wedding to do. So
So you're legally getting married in California on Friday.
tomorrow, Shabbos, yeah.
Wow.
What are you doing?
I can't say, but
Okay.
oh, it's just gonna be us 2 again as usual.
Great.
It's our favorite. Like, if you can get married, just the 2 of you. I mean, my brother Shmuley called me. He's like, I can't come to the wedding. I said no.
I have to tell you something. You advocating for a wedding where my parents aren't there.
Right.
My mother's going to come on this stage and fucking kill you.
Right. But see, your parents like gay people.
Yes.
Yeah. So my parents, it's like they don't even really. It's not really a thing. And then she's not with her mother, and her father's military. They're still trying to figure out. So we're like, you know what? Take your time. just take your time. Do you? We'll do us. And honestly, we went to the all-you-can-eat buffet at the Wynn Hotel. I can't recommend it enough.
A great buffet.
I can't recommend it enough.
I went to Vegas right
Crab
before
legs,
the
whatever you want.
I went to Vegas before the 2020 caucuses in Nevada. Stayed at the Wynn. It turned out 2 weeks before everything shut down. I walked into that buffet. I ate basically 2 meals in Las Vegas. Both of them were my one meal a day by myself.
Yep.
I went to the Wynn buffet by myself and ate enough in a 30-minute span that I did not eat until the next time I went to the Wynn buffet.
No, it's a 1 meal a day. Yeah. No, it's yeah.
I remember the first time I grew up in LA, and so we started going to Vegas. I don't know. I think the first time I was 5, but the first time I registered a buffet, the first time I registered a buffet, maybe actually this is when I was 5, and I just remember the first time going into the Luxor Pharaoh's Feast, and being like, this is the height of food. This is the pinnacle of food. And it showed me the beauty of binge eating. And so I started to eat a bunch of meals, even outside of Vegas, as if I was still at the Pharaoh's Feast, which culminated in a couple times of me eating so much that I then threw up.
Wow.
This is not an origin story of I didn't have binge eating disorder. I just really liked
Sounds like
free rice and cookies.
Yeah. I'd say you let the Pharaoh said, let my lunch go.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to bring it back to
That was
Pesach.
really, really good.
I know, they got nothing.
Do you think
Pearls
the-
before swine.
Wait, do you think the Luxor should do like a whole Passover thing?
Absolutely.
Where they like reenact?
Where
I
there's
love
just
an all you
like,
can
like
say.
what if they
10
make
plagues.
a bunch of Jewish people repair things at the Luxor for like the week? Like you get a bunch of Jewish people and you say, hey, we have a
Yes.
leaky faucet in this room.
Let
They
mine.
make like the entire cleaning staff is just a bunch of Jewish people.
Yes, that's a good
and
idea.
then there's a day where they release them.
Yep.
No, it's a cool idea for
And
sure.
then you feel great.
And you split the Bellagio fountain, and all of the Jewish people
Yes.
who've
This is it.
been working in the Luxor pyramid all week get to bathe in the Bellagio
This might
fountain.
be the greatest idea I've ever heard.
It's awesome. That's awesome.
Please
We could-
take
We
it.
should really do this. If we wanted to actually have fun. If Jews actually want to have fun, we'd reenact. We would reenact being slaves in Egypt and being freed.
Yeah.
At the Luxor. Absolutely.
Luxor.
Absolutely. If we really wanted to have fun,
Yeah.
if we really wanted a good
Yeah.
time,
Well, we don't want a good time
but we
anymore.
don't want a good time.
No.
We're afraid of a good time.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Jews. And that's a great segue to our next part of the show. Robbie and Rachel, I think it's fair to say that it's part of our collective Jewish heritage to shy away from exhibiting any traits that Goyim might consider cliche. For example, using the word Goyim in front of the Goyim. However, in the spirit of Passover, I wanted to give all of us an opportunity tonight to lighten our mental load by embracing some Semitic stereotypes in a segment we're calling If the Jew Fits. I don't know about that.
That's a reimagining of the Curb logo.
I believe so.
Great.
I believe so. I will serve up a Jewish stereotype, and Robbie and Rachel, you'll tell us whether or not the stereotype resonates with you.
Jewish stereotype confessions. Great. I'm sure no people will be angry at this.
Yeah, for sure. First up, complaining, kvetching. What's wrong with complaining?
To complain is to enjoy. To me, they're one and the same. I could be on a yacht and find it too shaky. It doesn't mean. It means I'm enjoying, I'm alive, I'm in the experience.
There's something that I find baffling. Why are Jews so cold?
Or hot.
Or hot. But my family, you can't be under a draft.
I'm
My
like her.
grandfather, when my mom was growing up, they would have to restaurant hop if the restaurant was too cold. But we come from, I mean, some of, I don't know.
Guess we're desert
Yeah.
people.
There's well, I guess, yeah, look, if we're talking OG, desert people, so I guess it's not, but it gets cold in the desert too. I was going to say in Europe too.
yeah, for
So it
sure.
depends how long your DNA is remembering back. I just think Jews are cold.
They are cold. We were in Mexico at a really nice hotel over the holidays.
Excuse me.
Not to brag, we've been to Mexico. But
Jewish president.
Oh, there is a Jewish president
Claudia
of Mexico.
Scheinbaum.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Her family. Yep, she's a Ashkenazi. Her parents. I don't know if they were survivors, but anyway, Ashkenazi Jewish ballet dancer, climate scientist, president of Mexico.
Shkoyach.
Wow.
I wish her well.
Yeah. It's amazing what you can have. But so we're there and we're sitting at this and we watch we were there around Hanukkah, so we knew who all the Jews were because we had done a candle lighting. And so then we're sitting at this table and we watch just Jewish family after Jewish family just say no to this one table. They just got walked to the table. Ari remembers this, and they were like, nope. And they would get walked to another table, and then another Jewish family came. They tried to say that. Nope. It was behind a pole. They couldn't see the view. What? Moved. 3 Jewish families said no to this table, and then a lovely, very clearly not Jewish couple are sat at this table. They eat their whole meal, and they're so happy. And at the end, the man said the most kind of Christian thing I've ever heard, which is he turned to the waiter and said, "Would you please send the chef our compliments?" I don't think a Jew's ever said that.
No. I always have envy for these type of people because it takes me so much. I feel like it's like if you get started watching porn, then you need crazier and crazier porn. These type of people. It's like sometimes I'm on a plane. I was on a plane next to just a regular Midwestern type of lady. She must have been mid-50s. She ordered Pinot Grigio, whatever. She's watching Mall Cop 2. Not Mall Cop 1, Mall Cop 2. Kevin James in a mall on a Segway.
The Paul Blart one.
What?
Paul Blart. Go on.
Paul Blart?
I don't know.
Was it Paul Blart?
Kevin James.
Yeah, it's Paul. I don't know.
Paul
I don't
Blart.
know why I'm connect. I feels like I'm correcting
He's from
Kevin
King of
James's
Queens.
pronouns, but I'm not. It's Paul. I think
It's
it's Paul
Paul
Blart.
Blart.
Have
Hey,
you seen King of Queens? I love that show. Anyway, this lady is sitting next to me. I'm middle seat. This lady, it's like, even the setup to any joke, she's already dying. She's like plotsed out. Like, she's like fucking dying. Then as soon as the joke hits, whatever their slapstick, stupid, he falls off the thing. The wine is everywhere. Like she's dying at this movie. And meanwhile, I'm still looking for something to watch. It takes me so long to find something. And this lady could just throw on whatever's there and enjoy her life. And I have an envy for these people.
Absolutely. No, I know. It is. There's something about it's beautiful. You're just sort of like, that's so cool.
They just enjoy so much.
I still get like that when it comes. Like, I will rewatch any of the Austin Powers, and I'm back to being in middle school. And like a couple weeks ago, I was like, my daughter has to see Austin Powers. And so I turn on Austin Powers 2, and the first thing is like fat bastard having just fucked Heather Graham, and I'm like, nope, never mind.
Yeah.
She will not see Austin Powers.
Next up.
When
How
I was
old's the
pregnant,
nephew?
by the way, I would do a fat bastard voice all the time. I would go like, I'd be like, oh, my baby. It was so fun where I was like, my baby's kicking my bladder. Oh. It's like actually the main reason to have another kid, just to be able to go around and do that.
Anyway, we'll be right back.
Today's episode is sponsored by Acorns. What's a money lesson that you learned the hard way? I have one, which is I spent years saying like, oh, I'm going to figure out investing tomorrow. I'm going to figure it out tomorrow. And it's stupid, especially when you're young, because of compound interest. You got to start. April is Financial Literacy Month. That's right. They made a whole month reminding you to finally take control of your money. Good news is you don't need 30 days. Acorns makes it easy to start saving and investing for your future in just 5 minutes. You don't need to be an expert. Acorns will recommend a diversified portfolio that matches you and your money goals. You don't need to be rich. Acorns lets you get started with the spare money you've got right now, even if all you have is spare change. You can create your Acorns account and start investing in just 5 minutes. Financial wellness is within reach. Acorn gives you small, simple steps to get you and your money on track. Acorn does the hard part so you can give your money a chance to grow. Look, here's the thing. It's important, and I definitely think it feels overwhelming to figure out how to invest, but that's because a lot of what you see is people being stupid, and really, you don't need to know a lot and you don't need to do a lot of complicated things. You just need to invest into a kind of diversified portfolio that basically tracks the market. There's a lot of different ways to do that. But once you do that, you just leave your money alone and you don't touch it. And if Donald Trump had done that with the money he inherited, he'd be richer today than he is because he is so bad at business. You know, you want to be like Donald Trump? I don't think so. I don't think so. Sign up now and join the over 14 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $25 billion with Acorns. Head to acorns.com/loveit, download the app, or download the Acorns app to get started. Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 1 compensation provided. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/loveit.
And we're back. What makes this month different from all other months? We're offering a 30-day trial of Crooked's Friends of the Pod subscription. No commitment, just a full month of ad-free listening and exclusive content, totally free, which is pretty tough to pass over. Subscribe to Friends of the Pod. It is truly the best way to support our mission of building a progressive counterweight to the right. We appreciate all of our subscribers. We have a great community. If you haven't joined yet, please do us a favor and sign up. There's a bunch of great shows that you can only get by signing up. There's a great community you can only be part of by signing up. With your subscription, you get ad-free episodes of Love It or Leave It, Offline, Pod Save America, and Pod Save the World, plus exclusive shows like Polar Coaster with Dan Pfeiffer. You also join our Discord community. Let my people go ad-free. Sign up at crooked.com/friends to start your free trial. Next week, I'll be joined by Bob the Drag Queen, Bradley Whitford, and Jessica Curson at Dynasty Typewriter Servina.
Jessica Curson's so funny.
Such fun. It's going to be a great show.
It's fantastic.
Crooked.com/events will be, that's next
Do not
week.
bring kids.
At Dynasty. It's not like someone else brought kids. I did it. I did this. It's my fault. I'm the one that's going to pay.
Like,
I'm
if
the
I
one
worked
that-
at a real company, I could go to HR for this. Like, let's say, like, this was really my company, and there's, like, a kid that's, like, I will do grown-up stuff. It's like having at a construction place, you just let some lady walk in without shoes on. It's like a violation, you know what I mean? It's like dangerous.
I feel like
it's a liability.
I just want to stop you. If you think that the audience needs an analogy to understand why talking about pegging in front of children is frowned upon, like they got it.
By the way, did I say peg? She brought
It
peg.
was all me. And you know
I
what?
said with plastic wrap,
Nope, not
pegging.
going back to it. We're moving on. Next.
To be clear, I was talking about the
Ben.
character
Now
Peg
it's
Bundy
Bennett, a
from
little bit.
No,
the wonderful series Married with Children. Played. No, it was by Katie
Bennett, it's a
Seagal.
Next. bag.
Bennett.
She
It's a
wore
safety.
a lot of leopard
Now it's time
pants.
to. Now,
Peg Warren.
now
Peg
it's time
Bundy.
to end this Seder with a
There's
spin.
nothing wrong with the human body. You're exploring.
It's time
Peg
to
Bundy.
spin.
She would go ow. She would go ow.
Dayenu
She would
Wheel.
go ow.
Die
It's very funny.
Dayenu. Die Dayenu.
It's like if you're gonna have your
Dayenu,
kids try alcohol, have
Dayenu.
it at your house. You get to see them. You regulate them. Give them some Manischewitz. You don't want them out
Here's
there.
how the Dayenu Wheel works.
I actually wasn't allowed to watch Married with Children as a kid, so that doesn't even work.
I wasn't allowed to watch it either. And you remember I would sneak in to watch it.
I watched Oz at 10.
Oh my God.
My brother Levi had it on, and it was a fantastic show.
I would sneak MTV's Undressed.
Oh yes.
Remember?
Well, MTV Undressed was an amazing show. It was designed to hook children. It was basically a drug because every
100%.
episode had 3 ongoing stories, and every episode, each story was in a different place. So the stories would have 3 beats, and so each episode, a story would be at the beginning, a story would be in the middle, a story would be at the end.
Have you written a spec of Undressed? You know a lot about the
I
structure.
know, this is unusual.
And but what was amazing about Undressed is once in a while there would be a gay storyline.
I remember
There we
this.
go.
But and it was the only place on television that you could regularly happen upon 2 boys kissing. But
And Bennett has to hear about this?
but what was interesting about Undressed, and if you go, this is just from memory, truly just from memory of it airing at the time. But basically, they would show heterosexual kisses close up, but when they showed a gay kiss, they would cut really far away. So the gay kisses were always wide, and it was like sucked.
Yeah, that's so. I wonder what that, because it's cable, right? And so it's not like they were trying to fit into FCC guidelines. This is boring. I had a network show for 4 years, so I got to know intimately what the FCC allows and doesn't allow on network TV, and what standards and practices will and will not allow. But it's not.
They did the right thing.
Yeah, they did.
So Here's how the Dayenu. Here's
Time
how.
and a place.
Here's,
Time and a place. For kids, for gays, for different things. Let's just all have some decorum and respect for one
Can
another.
I also say,
Come on.
for the record, though, my 5-year-old completely understands gay people. It's not for anyone who's like, don't kiss in front of my kid. Are you going to make me explain gay people to my kid? It's really easy. You just say some men love men and some women love women. They go, okay.
It is true. The first time I heard about a trans person or anything like that was our cousin Pinsky, who was enormous. He was the size of the car, and he was the greatest guy. And he would come to visit us, and I don't even know how he's my cousin. And Pinsky showed up. His girlfriend must have been 6'4". So Pinsky shows up, and we were Lubavitch. We were Hasidic kids. We're like, this is the tallest slave we've ever seen. And we went up to my mother, and my mother was just like making. And I'm like, Mom, what's up with this? Like, and we were like all asking her, like me and my brother Shmulis, like, Pinsky's girlfriend is so tall. Like, just the tallest girl we ever saw. And we kept saying, how tall are you? You're a kid. How tall are you? You know, and she was happy to tell us and whatever. And I was like, what's with Pinsky? And she goes, born a boy, and now she's a girl. And I'm like, okay. And it totally made it sense. That's why she's tall. And we all moved on. That was the end of that. There was no follow-up. I was like, oh. So it's very easy, and then you don't have, if you make it a bigger deal, it's like if a kid falls, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's like, it's fine. If you make it a big deal, oh, what happened? Da, da, da. They're going to be screaming, crying.
it's almost like we need to take the whole conservative movement and then show them a bunch of trans and gay people and just go, you're okay. It's no big deal. You're okay. You're fine.
Yeah.
Just you're going to get up and run around and have a good time with your friend. You're okay.
Yeah,
You're okay. You're a tough little guy. You're okay.
exactly. Yeah, I agree to some extent. That said...
Nope. We got to spin. Now it's time for the Dayenu Wheel. Here's how it works. We're going to
That's
spin the wheel, and we'll each have 1 minute to talk about something that we've had enough of. Dayenu. Oh, it's spinning. I knew. It has landed on Robbie. What's something you've had enough of?
You know what it is? Now that you get a new phone, so somebody texts you, and then you go, I'm sorry, who's this? And they take it so personal. Like, I'm not saving numbers, bro. Like, it takes me a whole thing to go new, add contact, do it. It's like, why can't I ask who's this? Even if I know you and we're friends. Like, what's the big... It's like, you don't know my phone situation. Like, you don't know. Like, maybe I just got a new phone. Maybe I just never saved numbers. I used to like to memorize numbers, so I never used to save numbers. Now it's too many numbers to memorize. Just throw me a name. Like, bro, like, it's not that personal.
Yeah, it's enough.
It's enough Dayenu. If like somebody says, if
Dayenu.
you message somebody and they say, oh, no problem, who's this? Don't go, oh my God, it's like, great, I'm thrilled to hear from you. It's like, there's no problem here.
There's no
Why
problem
make
here.
problems with this problems, Dayenu? We have enough
Dayenu.
problems.
Got enough problems.
We don't borrow trouble.
Dayenu. Let's spin it again.
It's perfectly rigged.
Oh, wow.
Rachel, you're up. What is something you'd like to say Dayenu to?
Human beings in groups. Except in a theater. I don't think, other than when it's groups of people gathered for positivity, which can be very powerful, I think something tribal happens when you get human beings into groups. And this is in person, this is social media. I just think that the group mob thinking is very, very alarming to
But
me.
at the same time, community is fantastic.
But I guess that's when you talk about community, I guess like that's for a good cause. I guess what I'm saying is I'm over human beings and their adrenaline being up when they're in groups. Something happens when you kick in the lizard fear brain in groups of people. And I was reading an art. I sound like I'm 70. I was reading an article in the New York Times about George Orwell and how everyone across the political spectrum loves to say, this is Orwellian, right? They love to think that George Orwell would be on their side, right? That George Orwell he'd be liberal or he'd be conservative. But George Orwell was actually very mistrustful generally systems, of codified systems of groups. And I guess that makes me Orwellian right now.
Hell yeah. Nice.
I know that's not a funny answer, but
It doesn't need to be. It's true.
yeah, I just
Dayenu
think,
to that.
Dayenu, I think human beings on an individual one-to-one level are very redeemable.
I like a group hang though.
I like a group hang. I like a
like
positive.
sometimes a one-on-one is too much pressure.
I
It's
like
like
a
who's all
positive
gonna
group.
be
I guess
there?
what I'm talking
Remember
about when
flash
you're-
mobs when everybody would get together and do a dance at the mall?
So I guess I'm saying human beings in groups when it's not something like positive
Four
or
or five
community.
people watching a movie is a good time.
You know what? I don't know. You're right. I think
You heat up some pizza bagels.
You like pizza bagels?
I like groups.
The mini pizza bagels, 14 minutes.
I guess I didn't think this through. I like people in groups when it's positive. There's just something about
You don't like to shit talk?
I love to shit talk.
Okay, you ever get somebody, there's some good tea going on.
Oh, I love it.
I
It's
love
great.
to hear the tea.
You're right.
Hit me with the tea.
There was something weird about pizza bagels where there was, for a while, you could only get cheese and pepperoni or 3 cheese. And it's like, I just want 1 cheese, no pepperoni. It was like, remember that? What was that about?
No, but they don't give enough of them. 12 is not enough. They're so tiny.
And that that gray rectangle never did what they claimed it could do.
What's
no,
the gray rectangle?
the gray rectangle that was supposed to go in the microwave and make them crispy didn't work. It was bullshit, that gray rectangle. Remember that gray rectangle? Who are they fucking kidding with that gray
If
rectangle?
you can't see this at home, this mob of people is rising up. So this group of people, their adrenaline has risen. They have all taken out knives. And they're going, death to pizza bagels. And this is what I'm talking about.
24
That's exactly
per
what-
package minimum.
Minimum. Dayenu. Let's spin it one more time and see who it's going to land on. It is landed on me. Here's what I would like to say Dayenu to. It's a very specific thing. It is the increasing number of inanimate objects that people are referring to as she or her. I have grown sick of it. It's getting my hackles up. It's getting something. It's turning something. It's making me uncomfortable. It's making me nervous. I'll see a social media video, the way all the kids would say it, of someone will get a new person say, "Look at her. I love her." Okay. Then it's somebody makes, I don't know, like a chicken dish, and there's like, "Look at her. She's beautiful." About a chicken dish. I saw somebody make a dining room table and say, "Look at her, she's beautiful." It's enough. It was weird when it was just boats. It's weird that it's sometimes countries, but not all countries, because some of the countries are men.
What are the lady countries?
America.
People are saying, like, I love her.
Yeah.
My God, I need to be more on.
But Germany's a man.
It's giving chauvinistic.
It is giving
No,
chauvinistic.
you! You don't like these things, girl?
Wow. You know what that was?
What's wrong with the chicken?
That was conversationally, you put a carrot in a box, and I grab the carrot, I'm stuck in the box. You really? No, because
This is we forget that gay men are men. We forget this. It's an important
That is true. Some of the
reminder
most
for us
chauvinistic
all.
things ever said to me have been said by gay men.
Thank you.
well, absolutely.
The
Thank
gay
you.
male gaze is very
It's
real, and
real.
it's withering.
Well,
Yes, thank you.
like a truly misogynistic gay man is so much more dangerous than a misogynistic straight man, because you truly have nothing to offer the misogynistic gay man.
Exactly. They've been some of the meanest people because they're like, you give me nothing. You give me nothing, and so you're just a face of flab and wrinkles that gives me nothing. I don't want to fuck you. I just see you as an
Yep.
imperfect canvas.
This is a true story.
And I think that's a wonderful place to say Dayenu for that, because we have to put a stop to that. That is our show. The incredible
And the
Rachel
gay men
Bloom.
misogyny.
The incredible
If
Robbie
I
Hoffman.
have to ask you,
There
who
are
it is,
there are a
it's
lot of
okay.
days until the next election, but not as many as there were last week. We will see you next week at Dynasty. Have a great night. Thank you for coming out.
It's love it or leave it.
believe it.